Hey y'all, welcome back to another broke and retired video. I want y'all to know that I am reading your comments. I see your concerns about retirement because some of the concerns that you have right now, I had before I retired and now that I am in retirement. And I just want to continue to share my retirement journey with you so that when you really retire, it would be smooth for you. So that's why I like sharing my journey of retirement with you. I think I'm going to name this one more like steps to retirement. One lady in the comments said, she's expecting to retire soon, but don't really know the steps to take to even start planning for retirement. So I kind of want to help you out. Not that I did all these things, but I know these things now, and I wish to God I had have known them when I was planning for retirement. So don't do what I did before I retired. I want y'all to do what I'm learning in retirement. So I think I'm going to name this one something like steps to take before you retire. I think you should start preparing for retirement 5 to 10 years, hopefully, before you really actually retire. That way it will give you more time to get yourself together, or make sure you're doing retirement right, or make sure once you really retire, you'll be nice and comfortable financially and in every other way. There's more ways to be comfortable in retirement, not just financially. You want to be happy, right? I think your latter days should be better than any days of your life. And the only way you're going to make your latter days better, your retirement days better, is that you do it now. Plan for it now. And I want you to know that it is never, ever too late. Yes, it's best to do these things when you're younger, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, right? It's better to do it then. But let's say you're like me and you waited until you became 62. What do you do now? Let me give you a few steps that I've learned since I've been retired, because I didn't do half these things. So that's why I can tell you, don't do what I did. Do what I'm telling you to do now, or do what I'm telling you I'm learning in retirement. Make sure you know what age you want to retire. Don't guess at it. Like, I knew for a fact. Now, one thing I did know is that I wanted to retire at 62. And let me tell you why I decided 62. Why was that my number? Because I can get my Social Security. Like, I couldn't get my Social Security before I was 62, right? So I decided the day that I can get my Social Security was the day I was going to retire. So that's actually what I did. So you need to have an age goal. Like, what is your goal? What age do you feel like you want to be retired? Because you kind of have to give yourself a goal to aim for, right? If you're 40 now and you know you don't want to retire until 62, you have years to prepare. You have more years to get yourself together, right? You have more years to say, what do I really honestly want in retirement? So have an age goal. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to retire whenever. You have to really set a goal for yourself to retire comfortably, right? Then I want you to estimate your retirement expenses. What that means is, what expenses will you have in retirement? Meaning, like now, you have to pay your gas, your electric, your insurances, your car insurance, your health insurance, your home insurance. Like, you have to pay all those things, right? You need to get a pencil and a paper and write down the expenses that you have now and see if you will need those same expenses in retirement, because you probably will. You're still going to want to eat. You're still going to want to shop. You're still going to want to enjoy life. You don't want to. I know I never wanted to retire and couldn't do anything because I was broke. That's what, let me explain the title, Broke and Retired. Broke and Retired. The reason why I named these videos Broke and Retired, because I am retired at 62. No, I'm 66 years old. Fabulous. I'll be 67, y'all, in August, right? But I want you to know that even though you're retired, you do not I repeat, you do not have to be broke. And that's why I'm giving you these steps, like to take 5 to 10 years before you decide that you're going to retire. And it's very important that you know what expenses you're going to have in retirement, right? It's so important, super duper important, because just remember, the expenses you have now, you're gonna have these same expenses in retirement and some more. Because I found out, like, the older I got, I don't know, I feel like the older I get, the less material things I want. I want more experiences than material things. That's just me. And I don't know if that just comes with age. Like, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to make memories with my family. And these things are going to take money. So now is the time for you to prepare to be able to do these things once you retire. I hope you will retire at least at 62. Y'all, don't stop working until you're 72, 82, 92, and 100, right? It saddens me to walk in a store and see people that I know are senior citizens up in their 70s, 80s, right? And still saying, hi, do you want a sticker with that? Hi, kid, do you want fries with that? To me, if you prepare for your retirement moments now, you won't have to do that. And you might have to put your shoulders to the wheel and really grind and work hard, right? But you can do it. And then you have to calculate your income sources. Where is your finances going to come from? After you retire, where is your money, where is your money going to come from? When I retired, I'm still in retirement, right? My money comes from Social Security and pension. And I also had to get creative. I will rent out a room every now and then to a family or a friend to get extra money. And if I would have, God forbid, I have to go out and get a part-time job to make ends meet, I will. Now I'm doing YouTube in hopes of bringing in another source of income. Sometimes to bring in money, even in retirement, you have to get creative. Don't be afraid to just jump out of the boat. And because what you're thinking about doing might just work. And the only way you will know that it will work is that you have to try it. Don't be scared. What you scared of, that something not gonna work? How will you know that it won't work unless you try it? Try it, you might like it, right? So stop being scared to try new things before you retire, then especially after you retire. So make sure you're being creative. If you need ends to meet a lot better than what they are, make sure you're being creative even in retirement, because you're going to need your ends to meet, right? So like I said, I already know what where my income is going to come from in retirement, because I made sure before I retired that I was going to get a pension. I know a lot of jobs have phased out pensions, but they should have 401ks, or you may have to do a savings. Get creative so that once you retire, you will have the monies that you need to live comfortably, or at least be able to continue the life that you live right now. You don't want to live less than what you're living right now. You want to live better in retirement. So make sure you know where your money is going to come from once you retire. And then if you can, this is something that I wish I had have done, but I did not. You want to maximize your savings. If at all possible. I know, in reality of life in 2025, sometimes you don't have another nickel that you can squeeze out of your check. You have no more money left. I know when I was planning I didn't plan for retirement. So I can't say when I was planning, because I walked into work one day and said, I ain't doing this no more, and I just retired. It's almost like I quit, but I retired. But that's why I want you to plan that. I want to almost say that wasn't a smart move, but it worked out in my favor, right? Now that I'm retired, things have worked out in my favor. But I had to sometimes put my shoulders to the wheel and work 2 jobs and sacrifice, not going out to eat, not buying what I want to buy. You may have to do these things, y'all, until you get to where you want to be so that you can retire comfortably. I would tell any 20-year-old, any 30-year-old, start it now. Start saving for retirement early. You think you're going to always be 20, but you won't be. Baby, listen to me. One of these days, you're going to wake up and you're going to be 60 years old. And it's going to be time for you to think. I know several, and I'm not even playing several, at least people that are at least 50 years old that have no idea when they want to retire, what they're going to do in retirement, where their retirement money will come from. They have no pension, no 401k. They have nothing to show for 50 years of living. What have you been doing for 50 years that you have nothing to show for it? You don't own a home. You don't have a halfway decent car. Come on, people. It's time now. 2025, we have so many things at our fingertips that we can do. You can Uber, you can Goober, you can Moober, you can do you can do something to make $1. Keep it legal. You can do something to make $1. So why don't you plan for retirement now, no matter your age? Your age doesn't matter. Now is the time for you to think about retirement. So make sure you're maximizing your savings. Then another thing, very, very, very important. All of these points are important because they all work together. You have to start eliminating debt. If you got these many debts right now, you want to get them down as low as possible before you walk into their office and say, I don't want to do this anymore. That is going to make all the difference in the world. I remember when I had really decided that I was going to retire, I said, let me hurry up and get my car paid off, right? Because I bought my car in 2017. So when I retired about 6 years ago, that's how old my car was, right? So I decided, because it wasn't a brand new car, but it's still an amazing car. It gets me from point A to point B. I have a really nice car. So I decided that let me go ahead and pay this car off so that I will not have that debt in retirement, because I knew that my Social Security was going to be this big and my pension was probably going to be this big, but I wanted life to be this big. Wow, that is so good. Social Security was this big, pension was this big, but I want a life that's this big or bigger, right? So I decided that I needed to eliminate as many bills that I had then so that I don't take them with me into retirement. So I paid my car off. But how did I do that? I had to sacrifice. I was still raising 2 children alone by myself, a single parent, and still was working 9 to 5. But I decided that maybe I needed to get a second job. Go figure. Because if you don't have enough money, you need some more money, right? So that's what I did. So I started working part-time jobs, and I did that for years. So we have no excuse, y'all. I don't care how many children you have, how old you are. If ends are not meeting, that means you need some more money. Either make more money or get less debt. You got to do one or the other. Get more money or get less debts. It was easier for me to get more money and go work a second job than to get less debts, because the debts that I had to have them. Have to buy food, had to pay for lights and gas, had to get gas for my car, had to buy clothes for the children. Like, certain debts you cannot get rid of. So if that's your story, like it was my story, just try to eliminate some of the debt, and then go on out, girl, and make some more money. Make sure, before you retire, what health plan are you going to have in retirement? Ain't nobody gonna tell you what health plan to get. You are going to have to know that for yourself. Are you on a lot of medications? You would need a different kind of health plan. Are you not on any medications? Do you foresee sicknesses coming along the way as you age, but we can't always see what's going to come in the future. We don't know. So make sure you plan to get a health insurance plan in retirement, because I know when I retired, I had to get on Medicare, and you still have to add something to that. So watch my other videos, and I talk more about the Medicare and different things like that. So make sure you plan on getting a health plan. And then listen, you just might have to downsize. You just might. You're in a 10-bedroom house now, right? With you and 12 children, or whatever the case may be, right? You may have to downsize in retirement. A lot of times, once you decide to retire, it's not you and all the kids. Like, my children are grown now, grown with children of their own. So when I decided to retire, it was just me. I was only looking out for myself. So I was able to downsize where I had all of this stuff and all of this house. I didn't need all of that in retirement. When I relocated, I decided that I wasn't taking much of anything with me because I wanted to start fresh. I feel like in retirement, that was one of the best things that I could have done, was left all my old stuff behind, because I was going to have a new life. So you may have to downsize. Instead of keeping that big old huge house, you may decide to get a smaller house. Because listen, if you downsize, your bill should be less. Your heat and your gas and your air conditioning and all of that should be less when you become a senior, because now you're not feeding children and yourself, you're just feeding yourself. So try to start downsizing now. Don't wait. Please, I beg you, do not wait until you are retiring to downsize, because it'll be more difficult, because then you're going to have to like boom, 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 like hurry up and do it. But if you start doing it now, it won't be such a strain. It won't be where you just have to hurry up and do it. If you start right now today, I want you to hear me clearly. It's not too late. It's never too late. As long as you're doing this, breathing, you can make this happen. You can make your retirement better than the life that you've lived up until this point. Even though I felt like I had a pretty good life before retirement, but y'all, when I tell you retirement is even better, I promise you, it is even better. I get to go where I want, do what I want, when I want. When I feed me, I feed my whole family, because I don't have no children that I'm responsible for. Y'all, I'm telling you, take the leap of faith. If you're 60, 70, come on now. Stop dedicating your whole entire life to a job so that you can retire and then focus on yourself. Another thing you may have to do, I did this, I only did it once though. You may have to meet with a financial advisor. I'm glad I did, because the financial advisor kind of broke my money down to me in a way that I hadn't thought about it, right? So I don't remember if I paid anything for it. No, I think I did a consultation. Thank you, Lord. I think I did a consultation with a financial advisor. So don't make an appointment. Just say, hey, I want a consultation because I'm kind of thinking about getting one. And then you get to tell them everything, because I'm almost sure that's what I did, because I don't remember paying them. I can't see me paying them, because I only saw them once, right? So make an appointment with a financial advisor and tell them you want to, you're thinking about retiring, and you want them to look at your money to tell you some of the things that you need to do financially before you retire, right? So that's a great idea. So go ahead and make you an appointment to talk to a financial advisor. Look around in your family, or ask some of your friends, do they have financial advisor? Because actually a friend of mine told me about the person I went to, and I'm almost sure I didn't pay anything, because it was only a consultation, right? So get a consultation with a financial advisor and get some guidance. They study these things. They've gone to college to study these things, where we don't know, y'all. We don't know what we don't know till we don't know it and need it. Get the advice from somebody that has studied this stuff and knows what they're talking about. Then I need you to create a retirement budget. Live by a budget. I'm not trying to say you can't do nothing, you can't go nowhere, you can't do anything. Some people get the word budget mixed up. A budget is just a financial plan that you follow. That's it. A financial plan that you follow does not mean that you broke. I know millionaires that has a budget. They're not broke. You don't have to be broke to have a budget. That just means you know where every dollar is going. If you make $1,000 a month, you need to know where $1,000 a month is going. You don't want to make $1,000 a month and only know where 20 of it is going. That doesn't make dollars and cents. So write out a budget. Hey, my car note is I don't know, $600 a month. I need $500 a month for food. I need $50 a month for gas. I need, like, write these things down. You have to, what the Bible say, write the vision and make it plain. You have to write it down, because we think, seriously, we're going to remember these things, but we won't. You have to write them down so that once it's written down, you don't even have to worry about thinking about it. You don't even have to worry about trying to remember it, because all you have to do is remember where you put the piece of paper. And then you don't have to remember it. Just remember where you put the piece of paper so that you can write these things down and you can know exactly what your retirement budget is. What is it going to look like? What does your budget look like now? Do you even have a budget? Do you follow a budget? Or are you just flying by the seat of your pants and doing whatever you want to do? How's that working for you? If it's not working for you, please make a better retirement budget, because you gonna need it, baby. You're going to need that budget in retirement. And also make sure you are preparing your legal documents. I also have another video talking about a trust and how to put all of your legal documents into that. I will link all these videos to this one so that you can go back and watch those videos. And make sure when you're watching these videos, if I'm giving you great information and the information is informational, make sure you're sharing my videos with your family and friends. They don't have to be retired. They don't have to be seniors. They can be 20, 30. I think this information is for everybody, because everybody at some point in life should retire. You should not work until you drop dead. You should be able to enjoy some of your life on your terms. You should be able to tell you when to go to bed. You should be able to tell you when to get up. You should be able to tell you when to have lunch. You should be able to tell you when to go to the bathroom. But if you're on a job all of your life, like all of your life, someone else is controlling you. You're like a little puppet. Like they're controlling you, right? But they're paying you not even what you're worth. They're paying you what they want to pay you. So I think if we change our thinking, I know for a fact, if we change our thinking, we will in turn change our whole entire life at this point. Aren't we getting too old to be falling for the hokey doke? I think so. Let's do life differently as we age, because we're going to need this knowledge that we're supposed to have. I was told wisdom comes with age. If we're not getting wiser as we're aging, what are we doing? Why are we here? What are we doing? What are we going to teach our grandchildren? What are we going to teach our children if we just as silly as they are? We're broke, right? No, let me make a disclaimer. I'm retired, but I ain't broke. That's why I do these broken retired videos, to show you that I ain't broke and you don't need to be broke in retirement, right? So let's get our life together now, so that we can have a great retirement life. Once you write out that budget, you know what I want you to do? Stick to it. Stick to the budget. Stop playing around. Stop playing around with your money, because you're going to need that money in retirement. Don't write out a budget. Don't make out a budget and then don't follow the budget. Come on now. What kind of sense does that make? Because we should have been teaching our children as they grow up how to do a budget. So we should be professionals at making a budget and sticking to it. I know as I get older, I like to meal plan and meal prep and cook at home. This is something else that you can do. I think you can do this before you even decide you want to retire, because that way, let's say you're not eating out all the time, right? You could save that money for retirement. Look at here. Look how that works. Eat at home and save some money. Put that money towards your retirement because you're not going to all these restaurants every single night. You know, let's say you do it 7 days a week now. Maybe cut it down to 5 and then go down to 4. Then make your way down to 1 day a week, right? So that you can take this money. That would be called extra money, right? You could take that extra money and put it towards your retirement. Another thing, you know, I had to learn this the hard way. Girl, we need to cut some of those subscriptions that we ain't even using. You don't even know what subscriptions you have, and you're still paying for them. Look through your, I don't know, your bank statement, your computer, wherever you have your subscriptions logged in at, look at them and cancel them things. Girl, you know that you ain't using those prescriptions. So subscriptions, cancel those subscriptions that you are not using, because that is extra money too that you can be putting towards retirement. Because you're going to need that money. It's like taking money. It's like taking money and flushing it down the toilet if you just wasted it on subscriptions that you're not even using. You don't even read those magazines. Everything is online now. We don't need no magazine subscriptions. And half the TV subscriptions that you have, you don't need. You don't even watch that channel. Stop it. Stop wasting your money. You're going to need it. You know something else you can really do, and I just really kind of realized this. You know the dollar store sells food and a lot of other things. They really, really do. You can start shopping at the dollar store more than you shop at other places, right? Because, well, now it's not the dollar store anymore, y'all. It's like $1.25. They even got a $5 section in the dollar store. So they're really not the dollar store anymore. You still got to be a little bit careful with the dollar store. But I still say, I like thrifting better, right? If I need something, I'm gonna go ahead and check the thrift store first, right? And then if you don't find what you need at a thrift store, when I say thrift store, I mean Goodwill, because I like Goodwill better than like other thrift stores, right? Check the secondhand stores before you go to all these expensive places, or especially Amazon or online. You would be amazed at the things that you can find at the dollar store and at Goodwill and at the thrift stores. I'm only trying to help you retire more financially comfortable. That's it. That's it. Because I'm pretty comfortable in retirement. Now, I can be better. I am striving to be a millionaire, period. And that's where I want you to strive to have more than enough. I don't want you living on the edge. Like, we don't have to live on the edge, y'all. We can have more than enough. But we have to be smart. We have to work harder. We have to work smarter and not harder, and just make sure we're doing the right things. And a lot of times, let's say you going somewhere and somebody else in the family or some friend or someone else goes to that same place that you go to. Let's just use church for an example. Carpool so that you could save gas. Who would have figured? Go figure. Carpool with your family and friends. Hey, you know, say if one of your children call you and say, Mom, I'm going such and such a place. Well, come pick me up because I want to go. Then that way you don't have to drive. Let your kids spend their money on you when they can. Let them use up their gas to take you to the store or to wherever else you need to go. Call them kids. You took care of them. That's why it's so important to have a good relationship with your children. But y'all know I call my daughter. Well, I didn't call her. We were talking on the phone. We talk a lot. Like me and my kids, we talk on the phone quite a bit. But my daughter was going to the YMCA this morning, and I said, "You'll pick me up for the Y?" She told me no. She said, "I'm on my way right now." I said, "Well, I need to eat." She said, "Well, I'm getting ready to go." Y'all know she didn't come get me either. So make sure when you can carpool that you carpool. And then when you do go to the stores, y'all, listen to me good. Listen to me good. Buy generic brands. If you buy something and you don't like it when it's generic, don't buy it again. But at least try it for the first time to see if you like it. Then find a way to reduce your utility bills. Right now, I'm talking about right now, so that you can save some money, for retirement. To unplug those things that you're not using. Turn them lights off when you're not using them. Make the kids do the same thing. Find a way to reduce your utility bills now, so that you'll be used to reducing your utility bills now, so that when you do retire, you will know how to maintain that, y'all, because utility bills can become very expensive. Because some places where you live, you got to run the heat, the air condition, then you got the lights and the gas and the blah, 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 blah. Make sure you're learning how to lower your utility bills, okay? Because it'll help you now and later. Learn how to say no. Say it with me. No. Don't say yes to everything that's going to take finances out of your pocket. Learn how to tell your children when they ask you about borrowing some money or giving them some money. No, I'm saving for retirement. Can you go out to dinner tonight with us and pay for your own food or whatever the case may be? No. Now, I'll go out to dinner with you if you're going to pay, because I'm saving for retirement. Learn how to say no. Even learn how to say no to your own self. You might be sitting down watching TV and you see all these commercials for this, that, and the other. And you say, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that. No, because I'm saving for retirement. You have to learn how to say no, even to yourself. I'm just saying. And these things that I'm telling y'all, I am telling myself, because I am still learning too. And that's why I am sharing my retirement journey with you, so that we can do this journey together. Did y'all know that AARP, inside of AARP are so many senior discounts? For those of you that are not signed up for AARP, I would highly recommend that you sign up for AARP. They have so many discounts. They have hotel discounts. They have car rental discounts. They have dental discounts. They have airline discounts. They have movie discounts. They have museum discounts. They have restaurant discounts. They have health and wellness discounts. They have a whole slew of discounts. So make sure if you're not signed up for AARP, like my mama would say, AARP, make sure you call them or get online or somehow and make sure you sign up for AARP. You deserve it. Why not? And then listen, when you're in these stores and these restaurants, ask them, hey, do you give senior discounts? You would be surprised to know the places that give senior discounts. But some of them ain't gonna say nothing. If you don't know about the senior discounts, I promise you, baby, they ain't gonna just offer them to you. You have to ask for them. I was even told some Goodwills give senior discounts, and I've been going into them saying, hey, do y'all honor senior discounts? Some of them say no, and then there are some that do. Maybe in the city where you live, they do. But in the city I live, they don't. So make sure you ask when you go in that restaurant. I know like Longhorn and a lot of different places offer senior discounts, but you have to ask for them. They're not going to look at you and say, oh, she's 70, so she needs a discount. No, you have to make it known that you want the senior discount. So start asking for the discount, because you're of age now. You deserve it. We're living our best life in retirement. We're going to keep as much of this money as we can in our pockets so that we can travel or make memories with our family instead of just dishing our money out just for no reason at all. So listen, y'all, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. I'm promising you, if you share this video with your family and friends, they will subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I need your help. So if you would please share this video with your family and friends, share this information with your family and friends, because this is great information. I seem to think so, and I think you will think so too. So I covered these steps because I've seen in the comments some of the people wanted steps to retirement. So these are the steps that I have. If you have some steps, please put them down in the comment. We are here to help each other. Remember, I don't know everything. You don't know everything, but if we put our minds together, we can make retirement work. So thank y'all so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.